Now many people have been wanting to know, what does your comic book collection look like? Well, I don't have every single comic sitting here, but I do have all my graphic novels, my manga, etc. So I decided, hey, why not show it off? So let's start off with the very, very top shelf. Up here we have the little Trigun kitty. I forgot his name, or her name. Really don't know. We haven't turned the cat over to be able to figure it out, but it always goes, meow, and amuses the shit out of me. As a matter of fact, let's pan over. There goes Vash, with his bitchin' shades. Obviously, $60 billion double dollars. And the same little Trigun kitty right there. Look at him being all cute. But yeah, very, very cool figure right there. Over here we got Harley Quinn. Very, very badass stuff. Got the Joker here. Some of the Joker gas there, obviously, for laughs. Ha 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 ha. Bang. But yeah, thought those were pretty nifty. Now as for manga, I have Hellsing. Don't have the entire series, but I have more than enough. I've read the entire series though. Trigun Maximum, I just started picking those up like a couple months ago. Really, really digging the series. Overall, really good. And continues right where Trigun left off. Priest, which is a series I wish more people knew existed. It's really, really good. Like, it's been ages since I've read it because I'm missing an issue 10, and they have a lot more issues after that. I will eventually pick them up. Got a little thing of death right there. Look at him, just hanging out, reading a book. What you reading? What you reading, huh? Huh? I can't tell what the fuck that says, Death. So, I don't know, so I'm leaving. Is that AlphaOmegaSin? It is! Fucking epic! Epic, epic. I am epic, da-da-da, with the really awesome Punisher shirt. And we go back to our favorite couple, Harley Quinn and the Joker. Over here, we have Hack Slash, the Omnibuses, Volume 1 and 2. They have the third one out, but I haven't picked up yet. I will eventually. And one thing that's funny is, beside it, I have the Pro. Now, the Pro, if you haven't seen it, it's a prostitute with superpowers. It's funny as all hell. You should really look it up. They just started reprinting them again. Really cool. I have Johnny and Homicidal Maniac Director's Cut there. I have the regular softcover and the hardcover edition because I originally thought that I lost this and I found it again, so I said fuck it, why not just keep both? Here I have Transmetropolitan paperbacks, volumes 1 through 8. We'll eventually get the rest. I've read the entire series, but I'm going to have all the individual issues too, so I'm a Transmetropolitan freak. Fucking love it, really do. Right here, got the Flash Rebirth. Really good Flash story. Normally I'm not too interested in the Flash, but that they did a bang-up job with. And the Sinestro Corps War, I had to get that. It's just one of the best Green Lantern stories. If you haven't read it, you should. So, yeah, there goes Volume 1 and 2. Over here I have my Justice League books. Zatanna, which I have to admit, I love Zatanna a lot. The old Zatanna stuff isn't that great compared to the new ones, but it's still really cool. Tower of Babel, which if you've checked out the new Justice League animated film called Doom, that's technically what Tower of Babel is based off of. They just switched some stuff around, like including Cyborg, but I think that's mostly because of new DC 52, so they're trying to stay with continuity. Over here I have Justice. I want to try to get the second part to that because I really like it. Justice League Adventures, based off of the animated series, the OMAC project. OMAC, I don't know how you really pronounce it, but still really, really cool. Also shows how absolutely messed up in the head Batman is and paranoid. Love it. Down here, this is like an entire Batman shelf. I shit you not. Like, this is nothing but Batman, so we'll start over here. Now, the first really big book that you see right here is Batman, the Ultimate Guide to the Dark Knight. This is all sorts of just fun little facts. Kind of like, you know, what all is inside of his utility belt, and, you know, how does he have to train, what's a Batcave look like, all the different cards and stuff like that. It's just really interesting. I like a whole lot. Right here, got Batman Night Cries, Bride of the Demon, Whatever Happened to the Cape Crusader, The Killing Joke, which is one of the very best graphic novels you'll ever read. Batman Rest in Peace, Child of Dreams, which is made by a famous manga artist. I forget the name, but put it this way, I like it a lot. The only thing I don't like is the way the noses are drawn. They're just really weird. This is a leather-bound book. I was really surprised to find it. The Frank Miller collection, which at the time had Batman Year 1, Wanted Santa Claus, Dead or Alive, and The Dark Knight Returns. This is obviously the best thing. Batman Year One and Dark Knight Returns, just really good stuff. Streets of Gotham, really good series. I liked it a lot. I was kind of sad whenever it ended because I was having such a blast reading it, but it's still really cool. The Private Case book is just a little collection of stories and everything. Mad Love and Other Stories, which is more of a Harley Quinn type book, but it's just really kick-ass. If you haven't read the original Mad Love book, you should. Batman Heart of Hush, which is really good considering that they came back from Hush Returns, and Hush Returns was absolute garbage. Like, the original Hush book's good, Hush Returns was absolute fucking crap. This one right here is Batman, let's see, Dark Joker, The Wild. Kind of hard to read, I'm sorry. But as you can tell, here, I'll turn it on its side. Look, now you can see these a lot better, but it'll show up weird whenever I film it. Batman Long Shadows, that's when Dick Grayson is Batman. Battle for the Cowl, that's when Batman essentially is gone and everybody's fighting to become the next Dark Knight. Batman and Time in the Batman, that one right there, I just recently did in a pickups video. All about, you know, Batman coming back through the time stream and everything and making his way back. The Black Mirror, get this book. Seriously, just get that book. It is a mindfuck, and a very good one at that. Son of the Demon, Bat Manga, very, very cool right there. The Greatest Joker Stories Ever Told, and this is like a lot of the old Joker stories, so if you've never seen some of the old stuff, definitely get that. My Joker Pez dispenser. It still has a Pez inside of it. Those Pez are so fucking stale, like it'd be awful to eat them, like your teeth would just shatter in thousands of pieces. This right here I got just for fun. It was at a thrift store in the kids section. Batman Adventures, Shadows and Masks. And it's really just like picking up where the TV show left off, so it's pretty cool. Batman Flashpoint, No Man's Land. If you get this entire series, which they just reprinted it recently, you're gonna really like it. Pretty much, Gotham City gets hit with a gigantic earthquake and destroys the entire city. And it's just fucked up. Like, it's cool, but it's fucked up in a lot of ways. Kind of depressing, to be honest. Down here, I would go through a lot of these, but there are lots of, like, little mini books. There goes Lobo statue. Lobo's guarding all the Batman stuff. Good job, Lobo. Thank you. That's a really bad Lobo impression. Lonely Place of Dying and A Death in a Family. Those, read them back to back. You will be very happy. It's a very big deal within the Batman universe. I mean, the fact that one of the Robins died, yeah, very big deal. So we have Arkham Asylum, Harley Quinn. I got to review this. Very awesome figure. There she is. And her little fishnets. Now, got one more figure. Evil Ernie, just one of the most metal figures ever and one of the most metal combo characters ever. He's fucking awesome. And he's got a really big knife. Kind of hard to tell. Now you can see. And it's covered in blood. Because what knife isn't? Let's see. We got Anarchy, which is pretty interesting. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did. Batman's son, pretty much a good way to introduce yourselves to Damian Wayne, Batman's legitimate son. Batman Grendel. Grendel is a character I didn't give two shits about till I read this and became a big fan. He's a lot like Batman in a lot of ways. Let's see. Batman Dark Detective, Batman The Outsiders, which I'm a fan of The Outsiders, Batman Faces, Arkham Asylum. And this has nothing to do with the Batman Arkham Asylum video game at all. This is like from a long ass time ago. Just read this. Visually, it's painted in such a way it would give you nightmares. It is fantastic, but it's kind of cool because it's just Batman going through a stroll through Arkham Asylum with the Joker and seeing exactly how messed up things really are. The Dark Knight Returns, which I had showed over here with the Frank Miller collection. I already had it, but I bought the Dark Knight Returns over there well before I got that. I couldn't pass up a leather-bound book. It's just amazing. Death in the City and Detective. Death in the City is kind of hard to find, but both of these are just kind of like a combination of random books all thrown together. Batman Blind Justice, very, very good book. I'm messing up my words here. Very good book. Pretty much this is kind of showing off how Batman became Batman. You know, going more into how he was taught how to become a detective and how to fight and everything like that, so check that out. The Long Halloween, if you look up on top, that is a massive book. Like, it is huge. Long Halloween, extremely good story. It goes back to the roots of, you know, him being a detective. Really fantastic. As long as the story is, it's entertaining all throughout it. Definitely check it out. There's Haunted Knight, which kind of coincides with that, and Dark Victory. Dark Victory is definitely the second best. Haunted Knight coming in third, in my opinion. Down here, I have a bunch of the Green Lantern Lantern Corp rings. I was pretty happy to get these just for the sheer fact that they were free, and it was just because I bought a lot of stuff, so they handed me all the rings. I was really happy. I wore them around the mall, too. I was pretty giddy that day. Let's go down here. Now, we have the Nightwing books, which there's quite a few of them. I'm missing a bunch still, but I have a decent allotment of them. And the Outsider books there, which whenever I started reading Batman the Outsiders, got me interested in the regular Outsiders books, and Nightwing actually shows up in that, too. I have one of the Red Robin books, just because that series turned out a lot better than I thought it would be. And if you're wondering, Red Robin is the third Robin. So, there's that. Batman Beyond books, Hush Beyond. This was pretty much the reintroduction to Batman Beyond into comic books. Hush Beyond isn't anything like the regular Batman Beyond series. It's a lot more grittier, it's darker, more evil, just really cool. I have it with the other Hush books. I'd mentioned earlier the Hush Returns is garbage. It is, don't read it. It's fucking stupid. They act like it doesn't exist. It's wretched. I really regret picking that up. I didn't read about it, I just picked it up because I liked Hush so much. Got this and was like, what the fuck? Harley Quinn, Preludes, and Knock Knock Jokes. Considering the fact I'm a big fan of Harley Quinn, I have the entire Harley Quinn run in individual issues. This has, I think, the first 5 or 6 issues in this, so if you're interested in checking out her, her own comic book run, that's where you go. Harley and Ivy, Batman Mad Love, which, up there I have Mad Love and Other Tales. This is just Mad Love by itself. And down here, these are kind of based off of the Batman the Animated Series books. So we got Batman Dark Knight Adventures, Batman Adventures, The Lost Years, Batman Gotham Adventures, just a whole bunch. Really good stuff. Look at him saying hi. I like that little guy. I want to paint him one day, make him look like a comic book character or a video game character. So over here is the Bruce Wayne Fugitive series and Bruce Wayne Murderer. Really cool series. You pretty much just read all those right there. So you got all the Fugitive and Murder, just read them together. Good stuff. Officer Down and Evolution. It's pretty much all around the same time frame. I really enjoyed all of them, but I'd say Fugitive and Murderer definitely were the best of that bunch. Down here is my Marvel books, and I don't have much by comparison. I have more individual issues of Marvel than collected books. But I have New Adventures there, Breakout, which I have to thank my friend Doug for that, because he gave that to me. Cable and Deadpool, which I love Deadpool in general. I want to get all of them eventually. My all-time favorite X-Men story, which is the Dark Phoenix Saga. Very good. If you're an X-Men fan, you probably have already read it. Daredevil Wake Up, which I just started getting into Daredevil just a few years ago, so I want to go and pick up a book. Planet Hulk, which is the first time I really got into the Hulk, to be honest. I just thought that was an amazing story. I love it to death. And World War Hulk. God, I am having so much trouble saying that. World War Hulk. There we go. Hooray! English, don't fail me now. Now down here, we have the original Crow book. Anybody who's a fan of the movie, you know what this is. It is in very beat up condition. This thing is old as hell. Like, I've had this for years and years and years. So, yeah, I was pretty happy to get a hold of that, and I've had it ever since. This is just like a big Batman novel. It's not too bad. I really didn't get into it that much, though. Let's see, one of my Evil Ernie books. This one is Revenge. Deathstroke the Terminator. We have Green Arrow Quiver, which is written by Kevin Smith. And Kevin Smith, many of you know, does Jay and Silent Bob, Mallrats, and things like that. So I had to go and check that out. And it turned out it was really good and got me into Green Arrow. Superman Earth 1, one of the best Superman stories I had ever read. It was kind of like, they basically want to redo Superman, and then the new DC 52 kind of happens. So yeah, I have to say the new DC 52 Action Comic Superman is my favorite version of him overall, but this one is up there, like probably second on my list. Wormwood, Gentleman Corpse. If you have never heard of that, you were not alone. I didn't hear of it until my friend Lance told me about it, and I picked up immediately and was absolutely smitten with it. I'll get Volume 2 most definitely. Nemesis, I got this after reading the first issue of Nemesis and was hooked. They said, you know, imagine if Batman and the Joker kind of combined together, it would create Nemesis. The downside is they butchered the ending. I was really disappointed. Mark Miller, he did the writing for this, and he's the one that does Kick-Ass. The thing that sucked is, honestly, just they did nothing with the character. It really fouled up with it. I was really disappointed with it. Really good start, and horrible ending. Half-assed is all bloody hell. Now over here, anybody who's a fan of Adult Swim's The Boondocks, you'll know what these are. Now, me being a big fan of them, I got these for Christmas, and I was pretty happy because these are all the, that page won't go down. Oh well. These are pretty much everything that you would find in the original Boondocks comics that they had inside the newspapers and everything, so they're all collected together in gigantic books. So I was pretty happy to be able to find that. So that's everything down there. Like I said, I don't have any of my individual comics there whatsoever, just because they're all inside of boxes, inside of sleeves and everything. But it is all of my paperbacks, all of my hardcover editions, omnibuses, graphic novels, and things of that nature. So this is what I have displayed in my room. As a matter of fact, this is what I have my camera sitting on every time I film my video game videos. So I thought it'd be kind of neat to go and share this with everybody, because a lot of people have asked about it. So I'll go and give you a better look from back here, so you can see the entire thing. It's a big-ass shelf. It really is. Here goes Pikachu. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. I like it a whole lot. In general, it kicks tons of ass, and it makes me happy. So, as always, comic book fans, read comics or die.